Okay, so originally I was gonna tie into all these holes with these riv nuts, uh, you know, and I was talking about putting a metal strip there. Then I came up with the idea, which I never showed you guys yet. I was gonna hook an L at the top hole, except I was gonna cut the L off, okay, cut it off, and flip it the other way, and have four of the L's, five of the L's down the length there, okay? So these L's would then be supporting this piece of wood. I would detach this piece of wood from this piece of wood, and this piece of wood would be instead held by only these L's, which would then still serve this piece of wood's original purpose, which was to prevent the shelf from swinging back. See, this is under pure tension. These are forged bolts that hold in that L, and they're under tension, so the whole shelf wants to swing in, but it can't because this other board is here. And this other board is held by this little L right here. It just needs to be held in place because this board is under compression from this here. It's pushing against it. So I was gonna get rid of these little L's, and I was gonna hook this in here, and I was gonna chop this off because otherwise it goes through the wall of the van. So chop it off short so it doesn't go through the wall of the van and hold up this board here. But then the thing that I didn't like was this piece of metal is still holding up all the weight. So I went ahead and pulled this back, and in doing so, I've realized there's these squares, okay, where this clipped in. Now I can either use the squares or I can completely just move away from the squares. But the point being is, you know, there's these seam welds all the way down this, but this top piece goes up and hangs up underneath the roof, and it's refused up here to the outer wall of the van and everything. So this top piece has a separate set of support to it than this bottom piece does. So now I'm wanting to tie into this top piece, okay? Maybe I still tie into the bottom piece, but I want to tie into the top piece. I still want to do the idea where I flip it around and it bends towards the back. I'm thinking about lining it up so that it's parallel, side by side I should say, with this other L. So it comes down, goes back. Anyway, where that L goes back, right in here, your first hole would be the hook point for the strap. And I mean, actually, technically you could go out to even the second hole for the hook point for the strap that goes down and around underneath the tank. You have more of these than just what you see here. So we would have one, potentially two right next to it, or just two, three. So you'd have like a couple of these, okay, that do this. And that would be where you'd mount your straps that come down and around. So that's kind of the current thought process. I think if I did two of these, one on each side of this guy, then I could do another one of these D-ring things right here that's mounted to the two of these. You follow me? So one on this side, one on the other side, and then a heavy-duty D-ring between those two. So then at that point, we'd have the D-ring, and you would put a little cutout into this piece of wood. Either way, I think I'm going to end up raising up that piece of wood. I could be wrong, but I think I'm going to, because I'm probably going to end up putting in a thinner piece of wood. Instead of this 2x4, I'm probably going to end up putting in a thinner piece of wood here soon, maybe. I'm not sure yet, but all this piece of wood's going to do is just create an air gap for the tank everywhere else, which isn't the end of the world. So maybe I'll leave the piece of wood there the way it is. But the point is, this piece of wood right now is not going to be the support to hang from. It would be more of these L's that are brought down. And that's enough of that video. I'm just kind of talking this through so I can think about it and watch it and think about it more and See if I don't figure something else out. But I'm happy with this idea to mount up higher at least than the straps need to be mounted to something solid that's up higher. Look at this egg sac for spiders right there. That's not good. All right, see ya.